What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 6, and we start today's episode off with a game against Barnsley here in a championship at the Den. And as you can see by the squad, I rested a large chunk of the squad. Not every single player, still quite a few first team players out there, but I rested quite a few first team players. And it was a midweek game, of course, you can see here. It was a midweek game, and that's why I decided to rest a lot of the players. Barnsley currently sitting in a relegation zone. We are at home, and yeah, I need to keep the squad fresh, keep rotating it, keep morale up for every single player, and it's not easy. It's not really a very easy task to do, but this is exactly why I need a big squad. And yeah, we did take on Barnsley, and of course they are sitting in a relegation zone right now, so I did think that even resting pretty much, I'd say about 8 of the 11 players that came in the starting 11 would still have enough about us to collect the 3 points. And the first chance did come to us in the 5th minute. Richard Chaplow gets past Kennedy with a lovely step over, but his chip shot is well saved by Steele in goal, and sadly for us it's cleared away, and Barnsley managed to make sure that we don't get a goal early on. And in the 9th minute here, Liam Feeney takes on Jacob Mellis, just stops the ball, drags it back. He's teasing Mellis, he knows that he's going to lunge in eventually. He does there, and he wins a free kick in a very, very dangerous area, and it also makes sure that Mellis picks up a booking as well for his trouble. So nice piece of dribbling by Liam Feeney there. We win a free kick. It is Feeney who stands over it, and eventually he'll chip the ball in towards the 6-yard box. It's Danny Shitu who gets his head to the ball, but sadly it's a good save by Steele in goal. So Shitu there, the captain, almost getting in the open goal of the game, but sadly it's still 0-0. And in the 16th minute here, Jimmy Abdu wins the ball. Abdu comes forward, gives it to Liam Feeney. It's a lovely 1-2. What a brilliant ball by Liam Feeney, and Jimmy Abdu chips the goalkeeper, and it just nestles underneath the bar and goes into the back. And that was an absolutely lovely ball from Liam Feeney there in a very odd celebration. But yes, Feeney gets the assist, Abdu gets the goal, and we're 1-0 up early on. And in the 19th minute here, we come on a counter-attack again. Morrison plays it through to Feeney, gets a bit lucky here, almost gave the ball away, but I just thought I'd retain possession, just pass it around to Abdu. Abdu finds Lee Martin down the left-hand side, back to Jimmy Abdu, goes for goal, trying to get a second in the match, but sadly it just goes wide of Steele's post, and it is still Millwall 1, Barnsley 0. But all the early running was for us, really. Barnsley didn't really threaten, and in the second half I made a substitution here. Andy Keogh and Hoyt came on for Morrison and Feeney, I think. So yeah, we brought on 2 players here for 2 players that are usually in the regular first 11, because the game was done. I mean, even though we were only 1-0 up here, the game was done. Barnsley rarely threatened, and of course I wanted to rest some players because we'd have a game on the weekend as well, so rest the first team players and make sure they can have an early bath and get ready for the weekend game. But it was the substitutes that combined to create the second goal of the game. Keogh into Hoyt, Hoyt back to Keogh, and Andy Keogh, the Irishman, off the bench, makes it Millwall 2, Barnsley 0. Lovely piece of link-up play by the subs, and it is 2-0 to the home side. And in the 66th minute here, Abdu's on the ball once again. Jimmy Abdu had a great game here. Step overs past his man, takes aim from just inside the area. Great save by Steele. It comes to the substitute Hoyt, who shoots. Good save again, and again Abdu's header goes wide of the post, but still it was all us. Barnsley rarely threatened here, but in the 75th minute, how about this? Now, you guys know I like to pass it out from the back, and basically not just smash the ball and just try and chip it and pass it around and don't concede possession. But here the ball comes back to Nyland. It's a heavy first touch. I gave it straight to Paddy McCourt, and it was a simple finish for the former Celtic man. That was really bad. I mean, because I always try and pass it out, and I've said this before, you guys have seen me make mistakes on my old career mode series. I make mistakes sometimes, and it comes back to haunt me, and that was just one of them there. That was a terrible pass by Nyland with me, and it's not Nyland's fault, it's my fault really for a bad pass, but still it's 2-1 here, and out of nothing Barnsley were back in the game. But that's the problem, that's the inconsistency with passing out. Sometimes it works against your favour, you give the ball away and it's a simple goal for the opposition. Sometimes it creates a really nice team goal, and that's exactly what happened here for our third goal that wrapped off the win. So we did get the 3 points. Andy Keogh got the goal, and that's exactly what I was talking about with the sort of pass it out philosophy. Don't just hoof it, but pass it out. Sometimes it works and you score really nice team goals like that one there. Sometimes it doesn't, and you can see the sloppy goal. So I guess it's all about how confident you are, and that's why it's important for me to have a good goalkeeper with good kicking like Nyland does have. But sometimes you've got to get it spot on. One mistake and it's a simple goal. So that's exactly what happened there. But we did win, and that's the most important thing, and I was very happy with that. Just disappointed not to get a clean sheet, because I do want want to get more clean sheets this series, because I've struggled to get clean sheets on this career mode series. Not this one, the previous one, but hopefully in this one we can get more clean sheets than the previous career mode. But anyway, we had 2 declines of the contract there and 1 accept. I think Trotz was the only one that accepted, and Liam Feeney also came to us and said he's not sure if he's going to sign a new contract. And also I decided to go ahead and recall James Henry from his loan spell. A few of you have been commenting saying get James Henry back, and he is a very good player, I know that, and I'm still pretty sure he's going to complete a permanent deal at Wolves in real life, but in the game I guess we can take advantage of the fact that that's not going to happen. So we recall James Henry. It only costs us about £40,000 as well. I thought it cost like hundreds of thousands to recall players from loan, but it seems James Henry was quite cheap to recall, and he is only 24, 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot, some decent pace, very good stamina, and some great technical stats as well. I really do like James Henry. It's a shame that he probably won't be returning to the Den, but I really do like James Henry as a player. So he comes back into the squad. It doesn't cost us that much money, and it's good to get more cover. And I think I am going to have Henry starting in the first 11 as well, because he is our highest rated player at 72. I know I've been playing Feeney on the right wing with Carrasco on the left, but I think I'm going to put Henry there. I know he's slower than Feeney, but he's 6 ratings higher, and seeing as Feeney's just rejected that contract, this will show Feeney up. You know, you're going to reject that contract, fine, you're getting put down onto the bench. So yeah, I think Henry's going to be our first choice right winger from now on, and yeah, hopefully you guys are glad I've recorded him, because it seems like a lot of you guys are big fans of him. So Henry is back in the squad, and that's good news for us. But in the 5th minute, once again, how about this, trying to pass the ball out here. The ball comes to Nyland. There doesn't look like there's going to be any danger, but I just completely misplaced the pass. It goes straight to the Forest man, and Jamie Mackey's shot was cleared off the line by Scott Malone, and that was just so lucky. I mean, I just keep doing that, and it's you know, sometimes it works. I mean, the vast majority of the time it should work. It does work, I should say, but you know, there's always every now and then like 1 in 20 attempts where you'll give the ball away, and it's a good chance for the opposition. But in the 18th minute here, Forest did take the lead. Not the goalkeeper's fault for that one. It was a free header for Jamie Mackey, and he put the ball past Nyland. It was a perfect header by the former QPR man right into the corner. 1-0 to Forest, and in the 45th minute here, Forest come through again. The 3 defenders there, he just completely blitzes past them all, past all of them, and Nyland makes a really good save with his right foot there, and it's still Forest 1, Millwall 0. And in the 56th minute here, James Henry, back from Wolves on loan, gets the ball, gives it to Steve Morrison. Morrison down the right hand side, waits for James Henry, finds him. Henry's down the right hand side, takes on Halford, beats him with skill, crosses the ball in. What a great ball it is. It finds Liam Trotter, free header. What a save by the goalkeeper, and then again he claws the ball off the line. I at first thought the ball crossed the line here. That's what you get by James Henry, by the way. Accurate crossing. Ball comes in, Trotter with a free header. Poor header, really good save, but how about this for a piece of goalkeeping? That is fantastic. Claws the ball away, and Trotter didn't react quick enough to put the ball into the back of the net. So still 1-0 to Forest here. We wasted a really good chance, but a fantastic double save by the goalkeeper nevertheless. And in the 73rd minute here, Forest give the ball away. Ryan Gold makes a great interception, plays a 1-2 with Steve Morrison. It's Gold through on goal here. Really good chance for our little man coming through, ends up chipping the ball across the face of goal. It takes a deflection, so a very, very lucky chip across the face of goal, because it took a huge deflection. It was actually going to go behind Steve Morrison. Thankfully the deflection takes it into his path, and Morrison ends up diving the ball, diving his body and heading the ball into the empty net. So 1-1 here. Nyland then makes a great save here, and a fantastic block as well to keep the score at 1-1. So a good stop by our Norwegian goalkeeper there, and it's still 1-1 here, of course, because we are still unbeaten in the league, one of only 3 teams that's still unbeaten, so want to preserve that record. And from the corner, Nyland once again makes a good save. And then how about this for a throw? This is why I love the GK long throw trait. It's a perfect throw right to the feet of Carrasco. Plays a 1-2 with Morrison, and out of nothing we've got a counter attack here. It's 2-on-2. Carrasco down the left hand side, takes on his man, beats him with the stop, then drag back, comes through. His shot is well blocked, and sadly Malone's header goes straight into the goalkeeper, Al Rashidi. So very unlucky there. It does finish 1-1, and that's not a bad result. Forest are a very decent side, and I'm relatively pleased with that draw, because again, Forest had some really decent chances. Nyland made a couple of very good saves, and you know, the goal, there was nothing I could really do about it. It was a free header for Mackie, and it was a perfect header as well, and I'll take the draw. We're still unbeaten, and that's the main thing. We could have got the 3 points. We had a couple of chances late on, but I'll take the point, and you got to be satisfied with that. You know, you can't win every single game, and you got to be satisfied with a draw every now and then, especially when your goalkeeper's made a couple of errors of late. And yeah, he recovered. I got to say it as well, because I know that Nyland did make a mistake for well, the shot that was cleared off the line by Malone, but even so, he recovered with a couple of really good saves. So yeah, we get the draw, and as you can see by the league table, we're still in third. QPR doing really well at the moment. We're still unbeaten, and that is fantastic news, because I want to maintain this unbeaten streak for as long as possible. In the league, of course, I know Southampton beat us in the Capital One Cup, but in the league we're still unbeaten, and I want to maintain it for as long as possible. But in this game against Doncaster, it was one of those typical AI on legendary type of games where nothing really happens, and in the 45th minute, the first incident of the game was a poor one, because Andy Keogh got taken down there. It was just an accidental challenge there with the Doncaster player in the air, and he lost the aerial battle, and as you can see here, he also broke his elbow, I think it was, and 2 whacks there. But yeah, Keogh had to get subbed off injured, and sadly that puts Andy Keogh out for 2 months, I do believe. So that is really, really poor, and really bad news for us. But in the 65th minute, a great chance for us, and really the first chance of the game. Liam Trotter intercepts the defender here, goes through one-on-one. He hasn't really got the pace, but he's got enough strength to hold his man off. Takes aim, but it's a good save by Ross Turnbull. Former Chelsea goalkeeper makes a good stop, and it's still 0-0. And in the 79th minute here, Jimmy Abdi wins the ball back, plays the ball through to Liam Feeney. Down the left-hand side here, it's Feeney who crosses the ball in towards Liam Trotter, but his header is well saved by Ross Turnbull. So Turnbull denies him twice, and that's how the game finished. It was a really, really poor game, 0-0. And as I've been saying for the past couple of episodes, really, this is the AI on Legendary. You know, they just pass the ball around. They don't really create anything. They just pass it around. Eventually, they'll give the ball away, and you have a good chance on the counter. Other than that, that's all that happens really in the game. So, you know, I was not too happy with a 0-0 draw. I think that's a game we should be winning, to be honest. But yeah, it's just typical the AI on Legendary. They just never do anything, do they? But yeah, Keogh did get injured. He's out for 2 months. That sucks, because we don't have too many good options other than Steve Morris and Andy Keogh. Martin Waghorn's a striker I'm not a big fan of, and I guess, you know, Michael N'Gore on loan from Liverpool, he's 6'6", which is good, but I'm still not that confident in him. But anyway, we get our second international management offer here. It is from South Africa. And we decided to store that one, just like the Finland one. I don't think we're going to take either of them. We stored them for the time being. I don't think we'll take either. I'm not really that interested in either nation, to be honest. I mean, you know, obviously it's going to be a while before we get a decent offer from a top international nation, because, you know, we just started the career mode. But even so, I'm not really interested in South Africa or Finland. I wouldn't mind trying to take on a sort of a lower standard of nation and then try and turn them into a very good one. But South Africa and Finland, they just don't really interest me, if I'm being honest. So for the time being, we'll leave it as it is, and yeah, we'll wait. I mean, when a nation comes in and I'm interested, you know, you guys will know, because I'll say, now that's a nation that's quite interesting. But yeah, for the time being, Finland and South Africa, I'm pretty sure we're just going to say no to those offers. But anyway, we take on Huddersfield for the 4th and final game of the episode here. And the first chance came in the 4th minute, a great challenge by Robinson, I think it was, and then Nyland makes a really good save there from the rebound header to keep the score at 0-0 in the opening 5 minutes here. So Huddersfield with more chances than Doncaster had in pretty much the entire game in the last game, just in the first 5 minutes here. So still 0-0, and from a corner here, it's headed by Beavers. Good save by the goalkeeper, and Morrison can't turn it in, so still 0-0. Once again, we give the corner to our little man Ryan Gold, who swings the ball in once again towards the head of Mark Beavers, but this time his header goes over the bar. So still 0-0, but some early chances for both sides, a lot better than the Doncaster game. Some early chances for both sides here, and in the 25th minute here, a really good chance for us. We have a throw in here, and we just pass the ball around a little bit here, not just trying to lump the ball into the box there, just try and pass it around, look for an opening. Eventually the ball comes to Steve Morrison after the pass from Liam Trotter. I thought I'd take aim, I had space, and it's probably the goal of the series so far. It was a brilliant strike by Steve Morrison. I think the goalkeeper maybe could have done a little bit better, because it wasn't that powerful, but it was right in the top corner, and Morrison gave us a 1-goal lead here. So Huddersfield 0, Millwall 1, and in the 43rd minute here, a great chance for Huddersfield, but sadly for them the shot went wide. I think it might have been John Stead there, I'm not sure, but still 1-0 to Millwall. And on the stroke of half time, the ball comes to Morrison, and once again I decided to let fly. And again, I've got to say, like, the first goal, probably you can't blame the goalkeeper for, but I think he probably should have saved that one. It was at a decent height for him. It wasn't that powerful, and I think he probably should have got some gloves to it, but he didn't. And it's Huddersfield 0, Millwall 2. Two long-range strikes from Steve Morrison. But in the 54th minute, disaster for us here. Our captain Paul Robinson gets a straight red card, the first red card of the series, and I was sitting there like, what the hell was that about? Why was there a red card given there? What I tried to do was I pressed square to head the ball away from a defender, not circle. I tried to press square to head it away, and it seems as though Vaughan, I think it was, got to the ball first, and therefore Robinson didn't go for the header. He went for the slide tackle, and he ended up... I don't even think he touched Vaughan, to be honest. I don't even think he touched him, but the referee said he did, and he also said it was a red card offence. So I personally don't think that was a red card, but the referee gave it, and that's life, and it's the first red card of the series. Robinson off for the rest of the game. We're down to 10 men, and that's just how it was. And in the 83rd minute here, Huddersfield barely attacked. Michelle Weiser came through here, played the ball through to Liam Trotter. Good chance here, but a good save by the goalkeeper. It's still Huddersfield 0, Millwall 2. And in the 90th minute here, a great chance in injury time for Michael Ngoo to get his first goal for the club. Martin Waghorn off the bench, crossed it into his substitute colleague Ngoo, but the header goes over the bar there, so unlucky from Ngoo after Waghorn's cross, but it does finish 2-0. It's a very good result, especially after going down to 10 men. It's a very, very good result. I'm still disappointed that Robinson got sent off, but I'm very happy to get the win, and that is the most important thing. So the unbeaten streak in the league is still alive. 2 goals from Morrison mean we win the game by 2-0, and that's great news for us. And as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, it's much appreciated, and it really helps my channel out, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.